Hey you guys, this is the Revolutionary Male. My name is Alex. Tonight I'm going to head and read an article from Medium.com written by Sandy Lark entitled, it's a long title, so, a little verbose. Seriously, why on earth are you going half on dates? Let's discuss how men are using feminism to play women. Published on the November 26th of this year. This is a special article, as you'll see. So let's go ahead and get into it, shall we? It was a slow afternoon one summer's day in Manhattan. While my coworkers were having various conversations amongst themselves, I replied to a text a guy I met the other day sent a few minutes earlier. He asked me out on a date. I declined. My male coworker joined the team a few months back, and he sort of latched onto me as I was the team member solely responsible for training him. I was quietly texting away in the corner of my desk and not contributing my usual passionate quips to the conversation which concerned him. So he asked what I was doing. Wow, this lady's a little full of herself. Oh, I'm just telling this guy that I'm not interested in going out with him, I replied nonchalantly. His eyes widened. Why? He asked. Shock was written all over his face, and it confused me. Because I don't like him, so why should I go out with him? Shit, I wish I was a woman. I would go out with men I don't like just for the free food alone. I mean, how can you pass up a free meal? I wouldn't. I have no standards. I burst out laughing at his confession. I don't know that this was necessarily a confession. He could have just been making a joke. Because as a man, and most men can attest to this, we've all been in that situation where it becomes relatively clear that the woman you've taken out on a date is likely not interested in you and maybe never even was. So all they've done has been using you for the time and attention that you have to offer, as well as your money in terms of paying for their free meal. I believe there was even like a survey done last year or the year before, which discovered, after sampling a couple thousand women, that a third of them, over 30%, all admitted to going on what is called foodie date. A date where a woman is not actually interested in a man for a romantic or sexual connection. She's purely interested in him so that she can get a free meal. So that's always great. So I don't know that this is necessarily a confession. It sounds like it could be a joke. But I wasn't there. Who am I to know? I looked at my new coworker with admiration for his childlike innocence. Condescending and patronizing. He was so blissfully unaware of how annoying his kind really was. Additionally, condescending and patronizing. This woman really hates men. Dating is not only about free alcohol and entrees, hand-holding, smooth conversation, and enjoying each other's company. I have definitely been on dates like this, and I truly appreciate those rare evenings. But in and of itself, dating can quite literally be hell on earth. Yeah, we know. It's not always a great experience for us either. Lots of women are dreadfully boring. And so, in those situations when the woman is dreadfully boring and you are the man, excuse me, and have to carry the load entirely on your own, it can be exhausting. Sometimes the woman may just be dreadfully boring. Other times it could be that they're nervous or just have anxiety issues. There are a variety of reasons why a woman may be unable to carry her share of the load on a date by keeping it light and entertaining and fun. But there are also incredibly boring women out there as well. Come to think of it, she continues, the only part I really enjoy about dating is getting dressed up in mini dresses and stilettos to walk into upscale establishments. I love putting my slim, shapely legs on display, and I love getting compliments from strangers even more. Big surprise there, she's a woman who likes getting attention. No shock. Women love attention. Attention for women is the be-all and end-all of their lives. That's why women are the most predominant users of social media. They can never get enough of it. It's actually, if you think about it, the male equivalent of pornography. Men love porn because men are interested in sexual variety and quantity, and women love getting attention from men and women alike. That's their porn. Oh God, here we go. But even I can do that by myself or with a few girlfriends. I've even been treated to quote-unquote dates with platonic guy friends who wanted a few hours of my time to vent or simply catch up. Because I have options, a tall man on my arm is an accessory and not a necessity. Bully for you. That's great. You have options. What fun. Again, she has an incredibly condescending and patronizing attitude. But she continues. Outside of getting dolled up, there isn't much left to be excited over. Well, that's a shame. You must be a terribly boring person if that's the case. She continues, there are men who forget their wallets at home. I guess she's claiming that these men who forget their wallets do this deliberately so they don't have to pay. Maybe you were a crappy date and they didn't want to pay for a crappy date, so they forgot their wallets. I could see a man using that as a clever ruse to push a woman away from him so that she never wants to see him again. Seems kind of clever, honestly. Some expect sex because they paid for your salmon and orzo entree. Yes, that is also true. Some men do expect sex when they buy your meal. It's not a lot of guys. I wouldn't even say that it's most guys, but yes, there are guys like that, and yes, it is disgusting. You don't owe them sex just because they bought you a meal. But you do owe them your time, your gratitude, your energy, some attention, being a decent person and playing your part in the date and just, making it as a pleasant an experience as possible. You owe them that when they buy you a meal. And a thank you, of course, which I believe was included in the gratitude. So it's a little repetitive. But let's continue on. The conversation is as dry as the wine you're sipping, and you find out that you two don't have much in common. Some men talk your ear off and keep you chained to that leather booth until the wee hours of the morning. And then there are men who expect a woman to offer to pay the entire bill, offer to go half, or go Dutch, and they usually back up their bold and brazen offers with some talk about equality. Yeah, because that's the world we live in now. We live in a world of equality, where there's no guarantee of sex, which is what men typically want when they date women. So if men aren't going to be guaranteed to get what they want, why should you be guaranteed to get what you want, which is the free meal, the time, the attention, the energy, the masculine presence, everything that you benefit about going out on a date in the first place? That seems perfectly fair to me. It seems perfectly fair to me that a woman, until she's actually demonstrated that she's romantically and sexually interested in a man, pay her share. Pay her fair share of the date. And every date until they have sex or become more romantic. I think that's perfectly reasonable. It would definitely prove to those men that you actually care about them, that you are considerate of their time, their attention, and their energy, and all that they put into themselves and their work in order to make that money in the first place. You're not just entitled to it because you're a woman. This is the world of equality that you ladies fought so hard for. It's too bad that this manipulative wordplay doesn't move me one bit. I don't have one fuck to give when it comes to sticking it to the man. Pay up. I have noticed that some men use feminism to their benefit. That is interesting admission. I suppose that this admission seems to be claiming that feminism does not exist to benefit men, which contradicts the generally established belief that feminism is supposed to benefit men as well as women. But I guess Sandy Lark here is telling us the truth, that feminism is not about benefiting men or helping men in any real way. It's only about female superiority. Fair enough. I appreciate the honesty. They are milking the movement, she continues, to accommodate their selfish interests. They have rehearsed what buzzwords and catchphrases to say. They know how to properly position themselves as a helpless victim of a patriarchal system they consciously benefit from. Again, nonsense. This is pure nonsense. Patriarchy is not about gender, and I've said this in other videos. Patriarchy is about class. Most men do not benefit from patriarchy. There are benefits and costs for everyone in this system. And the only people who benefit more than they cost, more than what it costs them, are elite men and elite women now. Because they're at the top of the pyramid. But that also does have its own burdens and its own issues and its own costs. Because we live in a rather dualistic world where in order to get something, you often have to give something. Nothing is really free. Okay, continuing her article now. If the fellas feel no shame in exploiting a movement meant to uplift and empower women, then what won't they do? My goodness. In my opinion, this is a whole new low. But nothing is low enough for the opportunist. And women have the audacity to feel guilty and open up their Louis Vuitton damier wallets. Ladies, you may not recognize it at first. It's just a bill, you might be thinking, but I see it clearly. These men are using feminism to guilt women into accepting even less than they've already accepted. Well, yes, because that's what equality is about. Equality is about giving up your entitled position of being taken care of, and protected and privileged. Especially in the romantic context. In the romantic context where your expectation as a woman is that the man will pay for everything, will provide for everything, will take the lead in everything, in these chivalrous terms, then I'm sorry, equality means giving that up. Equality means getting down in the dirt with the rest of us and paying your fair share. That's what you women have said you wanted. But in reality, that's not the truth. Women want equality when it benefits them, and they want privilege when it benefits them. They want to have their cake and eat it too. And you are literally supporting the notion with your dollars, she writes, and in other ways as well. Women are now retiring their husbands from the jobs they hated. My question is this: why doesn't he have an exit plan that doesn't involve your money? Why didn't he change jobs a long ass time ago? Why didn't he show initiative to reposition his career trajectory without you offering to pay his way? What the hell is she talking about? I don't even know what she's talking about. Women are now retiring their husbands from the jobs they hated. But if that's the case, then that's between that woman and that man. It has nothing to do with you, lady. Women are paying alimony to cheating ex-husbands, and their new girlfriends are enjoying that money. Welcome to equality. This is the equality that you said you wanted. Now that you got it, it's bad, right? Of course it's bad. Because now you actually have to be treated fairly with everybody else. How crazy is that? It's absolutely absurd, right? God forbid that you should be treated equally to a man. And discover that it's not all, prizes and fun and joy and happiness. There's a lot of crap that men have to put up with on a regular basis that now you women are going to be exposed to as we actually enter a world of genuine equality. This is what you said you wanted. So, deal with it. If I can be honest, she writes, this is a huge reason why I chose to never marry. Yeah, I'm sure there are just 100 guys lining up to marry you. Absolutely. You don't seem bitter or angry or resentful or condescending or patronizing at all. It doesn't sound like you hate, it sounds like you love men, not that you hate them. So I'm sure there's a load of men out there just waiting to marry you. If a man even thinks that I will pay him a monthly salary as a reward for stressing me out and robbing me of my sanity for years, he better hope his ancestors snatch his trifling ass from this realm before I do. God, she has a strange way of writing. Women are not only doing the majority of the housework, but they are also financially carrying their partners and paying all the bills. Again, none of that's true. She doesn't actually cite any evidence to support any of these claims. She's just making shit up. Are you sure that's a grown adult man laying next to you every night? Or did you forget to add him as a dependent on your taxes? Are you a girlfriend or a mother figure, meaning you function as a mother who has never given birth? Perhaps you are a single mother with a marriage license. Yeah, this sounds like a really happy woman right here. Really happy, really excited. I'm sure there are plenty of guys out there that just want to jump right into a relationship with this lady. Ladies, is this what feminism is supposed to look like, she asks. It seems as though men have discovered yet another loophole to manipulate women, and some ladies are actually going along with it. But if you are fed up, you can put a stop to the madness. Your life, your body, your time, your love, your money, your rules. Exactly. You have been liberated from everything, including getting married, having a family. You don't need those things. So if you're a lady or a woman who is like this woman or lady, then please stay the hell away from the rest of us. We will thank you for it. For example, I do not give men money for any reason, nor do I pay for dates, either by going half, Dutch, or covering the entire bill. I have learned the hard way that some men are well versed in unashamedly taking what they can coerce out of you. Maybe you don't know how to choose men. Or maybe you're dating men who are just like you. You're projecting, lady. Sanny, you're projecting. This is what you just wrote. I'm going to read it to you again. For example, I do not give men money for any reason, nor do I pay for dates, either by going half, Dutch, or covering the entire bill. I have learned the hard way that some men are well versed in unashamedly taking what they can coerce out of you. They are not appreciative of an inch. They want the mile and then some. My standards exist for a reason, and if my standards cannot be met, then I will stay home and spend time with my best friend, myself. Yeah, I wonder who the selfish, arrogant, or narcissistic person in this situation is. The guy who is shelling out the money, the time, and the attention, and the leadership to take you out on these dates? Or you, the woman who's complaining about having to pay for half of a bill? The woman who's claiming that it's because of her standards that she doesn't actually have anything to offer men. Give me a break. You're the problem here. And women like you are the problem. She writes again, plus, I get so much accomplished when I am not out on the town being disappointed. I look at it like this. Oh my God. This is fantastic. It is a privilege to be in my presence. It is a privilege to spend an evening with me. It is a privilege to converse with me. And access to me costs. I am way too self-absorbed to even think that paying to spend my precious time with a man is a worthy investment. A man's company is not worth paying for. We attract what we are. If you're attracting coercive, abusive, toxic, controlling, narcissistic men, then it's very possible that's what you are, my dear. Very, very possible. And given what you just wrote, you sound like quite the asshole, I have to say. Continuing her article. Plus, why should I pay to be frustrated at the end of the night? Why should I pay to put my safety and my life on the line? What the hell are you talking about? Safety and life on the line? Are you crazy? You're alive. Going out on a date is not a high-risk activity. It's not like bungee jumping or diving out of a plane. Jesus. I'm kind of glad that I never read these before I do the video, because then you get to see my actual, authentic reaction. Oh boy. Let's see if I can get through this now. I think too highly of myself to invest in my own regret. Well, it sounds like you are, what's the word? You're manifesting, or not manifesting, but it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. You are going out with the mindset that it's going to be a terrible experience, and then you're surprised that it's a terrible experience. Okay. I think too highly of myself to invest in my own regret. Is that very feminist of me? No. Do I care? Also no. What? Okay, so she's now saying that she is not being a feminist by demanding chivalry, by demanding that men provide and take care of her. Okay, this thing is all over the place. She's actually not interested in fairness or equality or honesty or transparency or reciprocity. She is interested in dominating. And that comes through very clearly in all of this. And here we go. The next line in the article says, fuck fairness. That isn't to say that you should not retire your man or pay the bills if that's what you really want to do. You are a boss woman who knows what she wants, and you don't need anyone's permission to make your own decisions and spend your money as you damn well please. Shit, if you like it, I love it. God help us all. But if you resent men using you in this way, then you have to compartmentalize and restructure your feminist beliefs and goals to your benefit. Meaning there will be times when guys will have to take that L so that your needs are accommodated and you feel like your time spent is worthwhile. You will have to turn a blind eye and have not one fuck to give. Yes, I truly believe that there is a certain level of heartlessness in every woman should possess, because these men will walk all over you and call it equality. Oh right, they're already doing that. Well, this woman clearly seems like she knows exactly what relationships are all about. So I would absolutely take her advice and use it to every conceivable way to benefit your life, ladies. It's fantastic. It's great advice. You're going to have everything you ever wanted or dreamed of. All right. Now that that's over, thank you everybody for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video as much as I did. If you want to like the video, go ahead and hit the like button. If you did not like the video, go ahead and hit the dislike button. Feel free to tell me why you did or didn't like it in the comments section below. If you have any questions or concerns, you can also post them there. If you have any articles or news stories or anything that you want to send to me, you can email me at therevolutionarymail@gmail.com. Again, my name is Alex. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.